Liver is the main site for the deposition of the fat as it's the main metabolic organ of our body. When the fat is accumulated into the liver, it's look very shiny. Its capsule is glistening, and when we cut the liver, it appears as a yellowish in color. And when we touch that type of liver, just like we are touching the oil or grease, it appears like greasy. So why this occurred? When we cut this lever and put into the slide the piece of a particular type of a lever and then do the H&E staining, and then we can see here as the fat is digested into the alcohol, it is not stained into the H&E staining. So these fat vacuoles are deposited into the hepatocytes and it appears as a microvesicular appearance, or you can say fat is in form of the microvesicles. When these microvesicles are joined together and it push the nucleus onto the side, and that is known as the macrovesicle. And when these macrovesicles coalesce, they join together and form a one large cyst like structure which is known as the fatty cyst. So remember, when the fatty vacuoles are small, nucleus is still into the place, that is known as the microvesicles. When these fat accumulates, they join together and push the nucleus onto the side. These are the macrovesicles. And when these coalesce or join together, that forms a one cyst-like structure, and that is known as the fatty cyst. So what occurs this liver that it appears like such a horrible? Then we must understand the pathogenesis behind this. So in anywhere, what occurs, why something is accumulated at particular site? Then the answer is when the incoming is much and outgoing is very less. That leads to the deposition of particular material at particular site. Just like the same thing into the liver, the incoming is very much high and outgoing is very much less. It leads to the fatty liver. What are the etiologies which leads to this type of a fatty liver? Then we have just understood that incoming is more high and the outgoing is very much less. So what are the incoming channels? Then into the diet. Into the diet, when consume more and more amount of the fat, just like our we are consuming more and more pizzas, cheese, burgers, they all contain high amount of fat. As well as when we use a huge amount of groundnut oils, which also contain high amount of triglycerides and fat, that also leads to the more consumption into the diet. And when we consume more into the diet, as we all know, from the intestine through the portal vein, the first organ which is exposed to this high amount of fat, it is the liver. So that liver having more and more free fatty acids inside. Then when this free fatty acid is more inside the liver, actually with the help of the alpha glycerophosphatase enzyme, these free fatty acid they are binding with the glycerol. We all know that biochemistry, into the glycerol there are 3 carbons and alcohol is there, and these 3 carbon when combined with the fatty acid, that is known as the triglycerides. Yes, because there are 3 fatty acids bind with this glycerol, that forms the triglycerides. And this triglyceride is not digested and it is accumulated inside the liver, and which gives us macrovesical fatty acids. Actually, through the acetate also the fatty acids are synthesized. So these fatty acetate is synthesized from the sugar. So that's why in case of the diabetics also the fatty liver can occur, because when the sugar is broken down, it converts into the pyruvate, and then pyruvate converted into the acetate, and that acetate also forms the fatty acids. That's all. But this fatty acid can be converted into the cholesterol, phospholipid, ketone bodies in a minor amount. But as these cholesterol, phospholipid, ketone bodies are already there, they are not synthesized from the fatty acid. That's why also fatty acid is increased into the liver, and these fatty acid is converted into the triglycerides. So that are, we have talked about the incoming channels, that the incoming is very much high into the liver, which leads to the fatty liver. When the outgoing, what are the outgoing ways? The main outgoing way to go out from the liver is the lipoprotein. Lipoprotein, lipid plus protein. As the lipid is water insoluble, it cannot go alone. So it combines with the protein and forms the lipoprotein. These lipoprotein are mainly LDL or VLDL, low density lipoprotein. Yeah, they are the, we classify them on the basis of their densities, and so these LDL and the VLDL mainly take these triglyceride away from the liver. But as in case of the alcoholism, the protein is less into the body, protein is less, so this lipoprotein synthesis is also gonna down. So synthesis is gonna down, so protein is not there, then who will bind with the lipid? That's why the lipoprotein synthesis is also reduced in case of alcoholism, as well as many conditions like starvation. Yes, in many conditions also it this protein is reduced, and it will leads to the decrease the lipoprotein synthesis, and it will leads to the fatty liver. We can say in case of the starvation the protein is less, in case of a PEM, protein energy malnutrition, also protein is less, that's why lipoprotein synthesis is less, as well as some chronic condition like tuberculosis, HIV also, that chronic conditions also there is a reduce the protein and reduce the lipoprotein, and the outgoing of the fat will be reduced, as well as in case of the hypoxia, in case of anemia. Yes, as well as some hepatotoxins. Which hepatotoxins? So just like a carbon tetrachloride, as well as a chloroform, aflatoxins, some poisons, as well as a chronic administration of the drugs also can leads to the fatty liver. Which are the most common drugs which can leads to the fatty liver? Then we can say steroids. Yes, long term use of the steroids, as well as a halogen anesthetic. Yes, which leads to the fulminant hepatitis. You can say malignant fever can also occur in case of halogen poisoning, halogen anesthetic excessive use. So that was all about fatty liver. Thanks for listening.